Okay, the last thing I was going to say in my video is because these partners stayed together and they didn't come apart like they were supposed to, this is called non-disjunction. They didn't dis the junction, right? They didn't separate during anaphase, and that leads to genetic disease. So that's why we care so much about meiosis and anaphase. All right, moving on to genes on chromosomes. All right, really cool stuff. So again, this whole big, long double helix thing, that is DNA. And if you wind a bunch of DNA up into little X's, those are chromosomes. But they all contain that DNA. So that's just like DNA kind of wound up into these little pieces called chromosomes. Okay, and then if you zoom in on a chromosome, you can see little genes. So each of these little colored spots is a different gene, and it might code for a different thing. Okay, so this might be like your earlobes, whether they're attached or not. This could be your eye color. This could be how smart you are, although there's more than one gene for that. This could be the shape of your nose, etc. Not every gene makes you unique, though. This might just be a gene that you have two arms. This might be a gene that you stand up and you're not like on all fours like a dog. Okay, so we are the same because we're all humans. We all have the same body parts, and then there's just some genes that make us look a little bit different. Right, so like we all have a heart, we all have a liver, we all have a brain, so we have a ton of the same genes. We all have like a face with, we all have hair. So we have a lot of the same genes with just a few variations that make us look different. So we call these different little differences traits. So maybe you have the blonde hair trait or the brown hair trait or the attached earlobe trait or the not attached earlobe trait. Or maybe you have the trait that makes you very resistant to cancer, or maybe you don't have that trait. You have two pairs of every gene. Why do you have two pairs? Because you got one from your mom and one from your dad. So it's not just that you have genes from mom and dad, you have like one of each from mom and dad. So this, for example, this gene right here is the blood type gene, and you got type A maybe from mom and type B from dad. And then we're going to do the Punnett square and decide like which one you would get, which one would be dominant, which one would be recessive. But the idea is you get two chromosomes with genes for the same thing. And then it's going to be, you're going to get like a combination of your traits from your mom and your dad. The two different versions, like type A blood or type B or blue eyes or green eyes, we call those alleles. So I think of the word alleles as just meaning like versions. Did you get A blood version allele, or did you get the type B blood allele or version? Did you get the blue eye version of the gene or the green eye version of the gene? The blue allele, the green allele. So I think of the word alleles as like versions. So we do have a complete map of the chromosomes of certain species, simpler species like a little fruit fly. So we know that right here on one of their genes is whether they will be normal or mutant, long aristae or short, long wings or dumpy wings, long legs or short legs, red eyes or purple eyes, long wings or vestigial wings, red eyes or brown eyes. So that's what a chromosome is like. It has these different sections on it. And again, those different things are genes. And then the two different versions, whether you got like the blue eye gene or the green eye gene, the two different versions of the genes, that is what we call alleles. So I just want to show you how to do a Punnett square. This is one I did before my children were born with my eyes and my husband's eyes to see what colored eyes they'd have. So my husband has brown eyes. Okay, so he must have a brown eye gene. His father has blue eyes, and if his dad is blue, the only way you can actually have blue eyes is if you have two, because that's a recessive gene. So I figured out that he must carry a blue eye gene, because that's the only way his dad could have blue eyes is by having two recessive genes. So that's the only thing his dad could give him. All right, and then let's say I have blue eyes. So then to have blue eyes, I'd have to have two of that blue eye gene. And then what we can do is just combine them. We'd say, okay, it could be that he gives a big B and I give a little b. We both give little b's. He gives big B and I give little b, or we both give little b's. So then I can figure out, okay, there's a 52 out of 4 chance that our babies have blue eyes and a 2 out of 4 chance that our babies have brown eyes. So we do have 2 blue-eyed kids and 1 brown-eyed girl. So you can actually use these in real life.